Join us at Glossy's Beauty and Wellness Summit from November 11th through 13th in Napa, California. Influential beauty and wellness leaders will meet to discuss strategies and pain points, discover innovative tech, and ultimately make valuable business connections through one-on-ones and casual networking. For a limited time, we're offering $200 off with promo code GBS24, no spaces. Again, that's GBS24 with no spaces. Go to glossy.co/beauty summit for more information and to secure your pass today. Join us September 12th in New York City as Digiday, Modern Retail, and Glossy bring together brand and agency leaders to connect as industry experts from Colgate, PepsiCo, and more dive into the rise of retail media and how it's begun to mature, providing an exclusive deep dive into the best practices and winning strategies. For a limited time, we're offering $100 off with promo code RETAILMEDIA, no spaces. Again, that's RETAILMEDIA with no spaces. Learn more and register today at digiday.com/retailmedia. Thanks for tuning in to the Glossy Podcast. I'm your host, Jill Manoff, and today I sit down with the main players behind the 16-year-old fashion brand L'Agence, founder and chairman Jeff Rudis and fashion director Tara Rudes-Dann. According to the brand, L'Agence has seen exponential growth in 2024, and it's embarking on global expansion, having just opened its first international flagship in Paris ahead of the Olympics. I wanted to ask the duo about the brand's new Jean Bar retail concept, which will be rolling out across the country via dedicated stores this year. I also have to dig into its growing denim business, seeing as Jeff co-founded the iconic J brand, which has been credited with making skinny jeans a thing. Welcome to you, Jeff. Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for being here. And hi, Tara. How are you?
How are you? I'm doing great, thank you.
Wonderful. Oh my gosh. What does L'Agence think about skinny jeans these days? It's so controversial.
Well, let me say something, and then I'm going to turn it over to Tara. But, we have been the authority on skinny jeans since everybody said, well, it's moving to another direction and so on. It's one of our best categories. And it's because everybody has to have a skinny jean in their closet. It's the old black legging, and now it's the legging in denim because you have a stretch performance fabric that will do it. But there is no question, and we've never said, oh, skinny's over. It's our number one category. And we are the authority in it because a lot of people moved away and we just stayed strong.
I love that. So what makes a current skinny jean, Tara? What's the look? Stretch? Is it a certain rise? Is it a certain ankle length?
Yes, it's all about the fabric. Fabric, contour, fit. Now, it's a very sophisticated silhouette. It's chic, timeless, and that's really what we stand for. So,
right on.
Reasoning why it's our best selling.
Nice. Well, what was the Olympic effect on this new store? Like, we heard different things that were happening in Paris. There was more crowding. There was more traffic. Some brands told us it was hard to get to the store and it hurt business. But then, everybody wanted to be in Paris at that time. Was that a good time to open for you guys?
It was a good time, but we didn't plan on the Olympics are coming and let's open the store at that time. We're new in town. Nothing was really going to drive so much traffic. And, it takes time, especially in Paris, to build the brand. So we didn't look at any expectations because the Olympics were going on. And we did have some traffic in the Marais and we did some nice business, but it was unexpected and we were happy with the way it went.
Fantastic. Why Paris? This is your first international flagship. It's your first ever international store. And are you just going where the customer is?
Well, why Paris? We made two strategic moves, Seoul, Korea, and Paris. And when you could be successful in Paris, retail, and we have a showroom there as well, and we're doing our wholesale business, you really have a gateway to the rest of Europe because Paris is really the capital of fashion in Europe, actually globally. So that was strategic, and it was the first one. Same with Seoul, Korea. When you can demonstrate success in Korea, you can have the rest of Asia. And everybody's paying attention to Korea because it's what's going on right now. The market's Korea. You have youth culture, you have the music, the the videos, fashion, it's what's happening right now. So I chose that location to really open up our Asian business. And like I said, we demonstrate success there, and the rest of Asia is open for us to go after.
Fantastic. Is it necessary to have feet on the ground in Paris beyond the store associates and those running the store? Any other kind of corporate employees based there now?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, because we have a showroom above the store. So we have a team, wholesale sales team, and then, of course, what's down below in the store is a retail environment. So we have a big team there, and it's very exciting. We're doing very well, especially on the wholesale side.
So great. So Asia, maybe expansion to beyond Paris in Europe. It's more about like a broad reach, or is a strategy kind of opening maybe a couple of stores in Paris before you go to another market?
I would say that we don't know how that will look, but it's important to have a London footprint as well.
Ooh.
So that might be the second place we go for. And then the other fashion capitals, Milan, whether it's Berlin, we're going to look at all the fashion capitals and strategically, step by step, open those retail locations.
Exciting.
I just want to add that we are going to London because we're opening up our new shop and shop at Harrods.
Yes.
So yes, we
do
have a great
have
footprint. Yes.
Fantastic.
That's right.
Harrods, that's a
right.
great place to be. Tell me, Tara, about the jean bar concept. The first one opened in LA in July, I believe. You've seen the traction that you've had with denim. How is this different than any other denim shopping experience?
This is my uncle's genius idea, and I would love for him to take it, and then I'll talk about the fashion part of it. How's that?
So, Jill, let me back up and say that, I've been looking at the market for a few years now after we launched denim. And the old jean environment, let's call it the old Barneys. You walked in and there was tables of jeans. You immersed yourself in denim. You went to the dressing room with 3 or 4 pair. You were there to buy denim. That doesn't exist anymore. Anywhere in the world, people aren't paying attention the way they used to. So the whole idea of the denim bar is to immerse our customers in jeans, and they're there to try on jeans. And we set up the environment for that. And that's really what it's all about. We have a big jean business, and even in our stores, it's fragmented. All the brands, jeans, let's say you have a great winning fit. You've got one on the left side of the store, and then there's dresses and blazers, and there's another one. It's fragmented around the store. Nothing wrong with that, but we're selling by fit in the jean bar. So when you say, oh, the Ruth is my favorite fit, and you come in, here's 9 choices of Ruth. You can't get that, and they're right in front of you. So again, you immerse yourself. We immerse her into denim. It's all about get in the dressing room and try different fits, and it's really working well.
How great.
Yes. I love the part about educating her also, because there's so many great silhouettes, and she might be unfamiliar with it or how her body type fits with it. And it's such a great tool to walk into such a beautiful store and have this experience where she can identify what she either loves and has more of that in different washes or fabrications, and then find something new that she might not have ever even tried on because she has these stylists who are taking care of them and making sure that they walk out feeling their best. It's really a great concept.
And the most important thing, Jill, is service.
Right.
We handle the customer with kid gloves from the minute they walk in till the time they leave, and offering product, inviting them for product. So we are, let's say we're introducing certain fits and so on, but in a way that, someone will go into a jean department or wherever it is, and they're on their own trying this fit and so on. We're making that customer very familiar with what she might be looking for immediately. So we're not wasting her time. And then, of course, we're introducing fits that she hasn't tried on or something that we're suggesting. But it's really working well because, let's face it, women and men, but especially women, love their jeans.
Yes.
And, why not? You look great. Yeah. You feel great. You get all of the kudos from looking great. And women know it.
Yes.
They don't have to be told, oh, you look great. It's one of those things that you strut down Madison Avenue and everybody's looking at you, right? That's what a jean can bring. Same thing on a beach with a great bathing suit, right? Those are the only 2 things because you wear them in public. Intimate apparel and other things you're wearing at home, so you can't show it off. but a jean you could show off in public makes it very special.
I mean, it is nice when someone says your tush looks nice in those jeans. I'm not going to lie. But tell me about this service. Tell me about, we hear often, it's hard to find a valuable store associate and like somebody who lives and breathes the brand like the founders do, and they get it and they are passionate about it. To be able to pull off this level of service, just as you're envisioning with this concept, like who are you bringing in and how are you finding the right people?
Well, it's new, so I would say at this point, yes, we're doing a marketing effort, but it's Melrose Place. So this is not a highly trafficked street. This is, and we had the store before we opened Beverly Hills. So we're marketing the store, and again, it's new, so we're patient. But when you talk about service, the staff is trained to know what the product is about, to make the customer feel comfortable, to know that when we're suggesting something, she's willing to try it on, because this is all about the dressing room. We don't want to talk about product. Try it on, get it to the dressing room, immerse yourself in jeans. You're here to maybe try an 8 different pair. And, that's the environment. Bringing back denim, and there's only denim and T-shirts.
Nice.
And to add to that, I've worked with my uncle my whole entire career, almost 27 years. And the greatest thing about him is he's a fantastic businessman. And the community he builds within the business is unbelievable. So those teams that come in, they're passionate, they're driven. It's as if they're standing like next to us in a row and we're all ready to charge together. And that's like the greatest part, is that's what he and we create here at Legence. And you get to experience that once you walk into any of our stores or offices.
You build the reputation.
And we have a great training program. And who's the head trainer? Me. Right. I trained everybody at the Jean Bar on how I'd like it, we would like it to go.
I mean, hands on, baby. That's amazing. Jeff, you own the business, yes? Because I was just thinking that stores are expensive. Like, are you the owner? Do you have investors? What's going on there?
Investors, no. I'm one of the founders, and we started this brand during the time of J Brand really taking off. And it took a while to evolve to where we are today, but we're in a position right now, I don't think we could do what we're doing much better. I mean, it keeps growing, but we've got the team, Tara and the design team have product rolling. Again, we are training our customers how to sell Legence and how to keep a customer really curious and interested about what we're doing next. Tara's a partner. We have a small group of the founding group, Margaret Maldonado being one of them, and Ron Herman is a partner, a small partner in the business. So we have a really good team, ownership team, and probably a better management team.
Are you a brand in the fashion or luxury industry? The Glossy Fashion and Luxury Awards provide the opportunity to recognize your company's work with categories including Sustainable Brand of the Year, Best Collaboration, Best Experiential Marketing Activation, and more. Don't miss the chance to be recognized alongside past winners from Good American, Skims, and Gucci. Learn more and start your entry at glossy.co/awards/fashion. Well, Tara, I would think that you are maybe a face of the brand. Like, is it necessary to be out there? And what do you guys think about what influences a purchase? Is it an influencer? Is that working these days? Or just somebody that looks great in jeans?
I think it's about emotion, right?
Yep.
That's really what it's about. I think it's more of a feeling than a person. And that collectively is really the success of the brand as well. Because we have her feeling, both of us are all about this emotion. We keep saying it, but it really is something that she gravitates towards, and we actually captivate her with that. I think it's just about the woman. It's not a specific, because I always say this and my uncle laughs, but she's a chameleon. Every day she has a different feeling of what she wants to wear, how she feels, her mood, where she's going, what she's doing, her experiences, and it's up to us to make sure that we dress her for that from the minute she wakes up to the minute she falls asleep.
Do you say that it's a certain demographic? Who do you say is this shopper? She sounds very chic.
She's definitely sophisticated and chic, but she's every woman. Just every woman who wants to wake up and feel great and look like $1 trillion, right? It's like you said before, someone complimenting how you feel in your jeans or how you look. It's just that emotion, and it's not a specific.
Jill, what's interesting about the customer is, and we kind of track from our stores who's buying what they're buying. We get a report that's 2 pages long every day. She's in her mid-40s. She is, as Tara said, sophisticated. She's got style. She's traveling. She's got money. And she wants to feel and look youthful. She doesn't want to look like her daughter, but she wants to look. Our customer is not dressing for mid-40s. She's dressing as a younger, it's an attitude. So, we're able to deliver that. And, as Tara said, emotion, as I said earlier about, jeans and the emotion being one of the most important emotional pieces in a woman's closet. I tell the design room at times, we're selling an emotion and we're selling people something they love. So it's a tall order. If we don't deliver that, we really failed. We're not only selling clothing, we're making women happy. And we're in the making women happy business.
I like that.
The craziest thing is I'm the mid-40s woman now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I am your customer. This is why I'm a fan of the brand. And I was reading some of your shoppers, and it's like Cindy Crawford and J-Lo and Jennifer Hudson. Anyway, it's people that I look at and I'm like, that's a cute look. Like that looks like, you don't want to like pigeonhole like this. That's my age. But there are certain things where you're like, that looks like me.
Right.
Anyway, talk to me about your marketing mix. I read somewhere that you have catalogs or like a style guide, something that's like a mailer, but is that working? And is that maybe working because it is like the 40 something, maybe she's not on TikTok. Like what's working to reach your customer?
Well, let's talk about that catalog because we've done about 4 or 5 of them to date. It's a way to give a edited, focused product, and that's what we're doing. We're giving like an edited catalog. That is, we edit the product. We edit the images that we put in. But it's really a selling tool. And why people are responding to it, it's like an old magazine. It sits on a table. You can turn the pages. If you want to deal with it later, you can deal with it later. So we have a lot of value in that. And we're surprised at the business we're doing. It's incredible how people are responding to that.
That's amazing. You're sending them to current customers, prospective customers, the whole gamut, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Amazing. What else is happening in terms of what do you guys mean when you say, what was my quote here? Exponential growth. What does this year look like compared to prior years? Does it have to do with the retail rollout and you're getting in front of more customers? What do you owe that to?
Well, first I would say that we have about a 35% growth over last year. We had a huge impact of customer acquisition. The marketing that we added to what we're doing brought in new customers. We have a lot of new customers that come on. And we know when they come on, they're a year away from starting that brand loyal quest with us. The reason why we have this exponential, let's say brand presence, is because we added shoes very successfully, bathing suits, which was huge success out of the box. We couldn't believe it ourselves. And we're adding belts, sleep. We're working on intimate apparel. So we're building a lifestyle brand. We're building something that our customer can dress themselves, yes, as Tara said, day to night, or all different type of products. So that's really what we're building. And that's more important than saying what's going on with the volume. How are we dressing her? How is she responding? And, building that type of a story.
Oh, nice. So I wanted to ask about your retail partners, and it kind of plays into what you were saying. Are they buying into all the new categories, and how reliant are you guys on these partners? Are you trying to move away from them, or are they just as effective as ever?
I'm so grateful that we have been in the industry quite some time. It's about relationships, product of course first, but the relationships are really what we have been building with our retailers and specialty and the major retailers globally. No, we keep them close. It's about building strategically, and as my uncle always says to the teams, you have to play very smart. So that's what we do and how we play in order to be strategic and continue to grow the way we are.
And to add to that, all of our major wholesalers are adopting these new products with open arms, and it's like, how fast can we get involved? So it's not a struggle for us to get, whether it's swim or shoes or what, they're like, we love the brand. It's performing so well. They're making a lot of money with us, and, it makes it easier.
I mean, just to add with our swim, we launched with Saks, Bergdorf Goodman, Nordstrom.
Oh my gosh.
Neiman's, and Bloomingdale's, of course. So really, that was just a really big win for us because like denim, one thing that she could be insecure about is getting into a swimsuit. And it was definitely a category I felt very strongly about. Went to my uncle and said, it should be our next category because we're taking her out of her comfort zone and we are making her feel empowered. And just like that, another category was a win, like my uncle said, about swim.
And we were able to really measure the success of new products by this, not about the volume.
Yeah.
And it was about the way the customer reacted to the brand. Oh my God, look, bathing suits from Legence. I've got to try one. And of course, the product was perfect. But the thing we saw is she's responding to Legence doing new products in a major way.
We left one category out. Candles are launching.
Oh, I was going to ask,
Yes.
with all of this like lifestyle brand, like the movement toward that area, what is kind of off the table? Like, are you going to do home? But candles, tell me about it.
Now, it's a segue for us to start beauty at some point as well, right? It's the opening, you're getting on to that beauty floor. But it's about a scent, another emotional feeling. I definitely feel we nailed it. They're beautiful scents. One's a floral rose. The other one's an oud, and the other one's like you just are at the beach, Malibu.
Oh my gosh, Glossy covers beauty. We want to tell that story when you launch.
Fantastic.
Well,
We'll send you candles.
There is a plan for the growth of lifestyle. We are developing right now the fragrance and cosmetics in Paris in advance. You have to do this 2 years in advance. Because what I know is if we're going to say to our woman, hey, try our perfume, and the bottle is just incredible because to me, presentation and packaging is everything. She has to be on the brand where she's so brand loyal, she'll sit there at Saks and pick up that bottle and go, I've got to try this. We're not there yet. And we're very realistic on how to grow the brand. So that's one layer. And home, for sure, probably at the same time, because she has to trust us and vote for what we're doing in a way that it's all timing. Everything else could be sooner. Anything with ready to wear, anything with dressing, or that can happen as quickly as we plan for it. Those two things, realistically, we have to get her to really love more of what we're doing, and then we'll capture her for sure.
It feels like your brand is product first. We hear a lot of marketing. We hear a lot of, noise, but the level of quality is a number one, is what you're saying, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
People and product.
And it starts with fabric, Jill, and I'm a stickler for that, is that the quality is there in fabric. It's new, it's fresh, relevant, and we're constantly moving on, but not as a departure from what we did. We're moving on with some fresh new fabrics. And it might be in a blazer we've been running for 3 years because a blazer is a blazer is a blazer, right? And we might make some changes, but our classics are there. So fabric first. Tara's bringing a lot of new ideas and styles, all wearable. We do wearable clothing for human beings. We don't do things to put on a wall and look good. So that's all working.
Nice. Well, I want to ask about this. We used to say in tough economic times, the contemporary, which I don't consider you, I would say maybe advanced contemporary or affordable luxury. I don't know how you classify your brand, but we always said the contemporary market like gets squeezed. There's either like the luxury is like thriving and I don't know, the rich are getting richer and then everybody else is going to fast fashion or like, cheapy cheap. What your consumer behavior, you talked about it a little bit, but what are you finding in terms of like, are they willing to spend now and why or who's spending? Is anything changing there recently with what we're seeing in the economy?
Well, let me say this. In the contemporary market, brands will be strong and 2 seasons later, they can slip because it's fashion. It's not, T-shirts and jeans or button-down shirts, different. When you're doing fashion, you have to really stay on top of what you're doing and speak to your customer and dress her. I think a lot of times the contemporary market loses its focus. When it does, we do better. The ones that are doing well really shine and do better. And the ones that are having difficulty continue to have difficulty. But that's what happens in contemporary. Luxury is luxury. Of course, that business is going to be there. And yes, we're advanced contemporary, but we don't touch that luxury really market. And there's a high-low business for what we do. A customer can buy our silk blouse or our spaghetti strap silk charmeuse dress and wear it to red carpet. Or then, wear it with some Converse and go to the market shopping. So there's the versatility. But it's important for us to have our business and our product be strong all the time. And we hear when business is weak, this one isn't retailing, that one's not retailing. And they're big brands, so it impacts, I would say, the whole contemporary space. But it's more of product assortment, what's doing well, what are people paying attention to. That's why contemporary is a little bit, it's volatile in a way.
Yes.
We're super focused.
Yes. I was going to ask you, and I think that you just pretty much answered the question, and you said the same thing, how you're not moving on from skinny jeans. Like, Tara, how do you think about trends, if at all?
We're not driven by trends. It's really about sophistication and timeless pieces that you can pull out of your closet 20 years from now and say, oh my God, I love it. That's really where we are. It's really about that common denominator, which is that jean, and then all of our categories, including outerwear, that just flowers it.
Nice. And it's seasonal collections. How many collections are you doing a year?
We're doing 4 collections in ready-to-wear and denim, which range anywhere between 250 and 300 garments.
Oh my goodness.
And then shoes and swim and belts that are coming and all these new categories.
Exciting.
And we have 12 deliveries. So in those 4 seasons, we're shipping new product every month. And it's important that we do that because we want our customer seeing newness all the time. And that's some of what really works on the selling floor because, you think about it, the salespeople, which are really turned on to Legence, and they can't wait for new, and every week something's hitting the floor. It just keeps the excitement on the selling floor with all the salespeople. And that's part of, that's part of the DNA that we do. Keep the customer fresh, curious, interested in what's going on, and you do that with product.
I can relate as that mid-40 who loves Legence, not because I'm sitting here, because I can relate to it. And that exciting feeling of new product hitting every week is super exciting because I know it's going to be something I love.
Totally. What are your plans for Fashion Week, if any? How do you treat it? Do you do a show? Did you used to do a show? Do you just roll out a lookbook at that time to remain in the conversation?
We are having a presentation.
Yay!
New York Fashion Week.
Amazing.
Super excited for that.
Yes. Why is it worthy of the investment?
For us, it's about creating community. As you said, it creates content and excitement and what's next. And everyone wants to know what's next, right? To get a part of it and feel a part of our community. And it's something that we look forward to as a company because we get to express and show our product and everyone gets to see it.
Yes.
As well as we have to participate in Fashion Week.
Yes.
So it's something that we use in a marketing tool to really blow up what we're doing. And, by inviting the influencers and the people and the celebrities that are there, it's really a marketing tool and we have to participate in Fashion Week.
Remain relevant, remain around. Yes, that makes sense. What's challenging you now, if anything? There's got to be something.
Keeping up with it. For example, our website is really growing in numbers. And we said, listen, when we get around Labor Day and thereafter, our fall business is going to explode. That's what's happening. So again, it's product. At the end of the day, when I say fall, it's brand new. And we're surprised at, 80, 85 degrees. And people aren't really wearing tight jeans because that's not what to wear. It's more about linens and dresses and sundresses. But our jean business is incredible. So we could measure and say, my God, during a downtime of where jeans are not that important, which is the summer and the heat, our jean business is terrific. So, all of the good stuff is going on around that. And the challenge when I say keeping up with it is that back to the website and these incredible growth numbers and so on, it's, when you double your business online from spring, let's say, to fall, and that's a big, big increase, you have to go, okay, so we need the staff in the warehouse to ship all those orders because we have to keep the customers where they're 24 hours away from receiving it. So you have to build that. And things are happening so fast that we have to look in advance and have the foresight and go, this is what's going to happen. This is what we need. I always say, don't be surprised that this new business coming on. That's like my motto to the team. Don't be surprised, be prepared, because it's coming. And it usually happens. I don't know, I have a crystal ball and I don't know how that all works, but usually when we make those declarations, they
Really
happen.
true.
Yes. Well, considering your focus on service, particularly in the jean bar and beyond, like I was going to ask how you are replicating that online. You addressed that. Like, is it about speed? Is it about, I don't know, any bells and whistles to make it really an experience online?
The images, it starts with our recent campaign, which we shot a little bit of a cowgirl-esque feeling, has gotten such a great response. So it's images, the emails we send out, what we put on the homepage. Of course, the product all follows that, but I think that's what gets her very interested. It's like, let me go in and see what's going on there. Because, again, it's emotional. You see a great picture and you want to somehow participate and look into it. It touches a nerve to go, I want to be involved. I want to look. It starts with the image.
Yes, for sure. Where can we expect the brand if we're looking at Les Gens in 5 years? Where will it be? What will have changed from now? It will be full lifestyle. We'll see home. We'll see beauty. We'll see stores. Anything else?
I love you, Jill. You got it.
Maybe a restaurant.
Oh,
I love
don't
that.
tease a girl. That would be amazing.
or like a really cool
Speakeasy? Boudoir.
little hotel somewhere. Our partner Ron Herman has built a brand in Japan where there are restaurants, resorts, stores. It's quite incredible. Ron's like a celebrity there. When they open a new store, they have to take him through the back door because there's a line around the front, and they would all attack him like he's a rock star. So it's kind of funny. We use that as, look at what's possible for Les Gens. We could have that, But, Japan's playing a resort, Ron Herman, California, Melrose. They've built that whole thing. But again, we can do that. And that's what's good about Japan. When we demonstrate the success in Seoul, what happens for us in Japan is now we have all these possibilities and opportunities grow up because everybody's paying attention to Korea, even the Japanese. And they're looking and saying, okay, that's really working. How could we make that work for us?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm excited to follow you guys. I thank you for being here at the cusp of the weekend. Happy weekend. Thank you for being here. This was great.
Thank you,
Jill. So much.
That's all for this episode. Our theme music is by Otis McDonald. Be sure to give us a rating on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening to the Glossy Podcast. See you next week.